Hello my beautiful friends and welcome back. So today I said I would bring you guys along with me on a what I eat in a day / work out with me. I haven't done one of these in the longest time. I think it was, I haven't even done one of these since I've been in this house. My goodness, I was so tired this morning. I had to peel myself out of the bed. Whenever I wake up really tired and I don't have much time to make breakfast, this is normally my go-to because it only takes 5 minutes to make. And I also feel like it gives me a lot of energy throughout the day because obviously when you're having porridge, it's like a slow release. And I just find this a great little pick-me-up breakfast when I do wake up exhausted, but I still have a lot to do. So I just go in with my porridge, with my oat milk, and then I pop that into the microwave. Then I cut up all of my strawberries, wash my strawberries, then I pop them in on top of my porridge. I get these little salted dark chocolate bars in Aldi and I cannot tell you how delicious they are. I am obsessed. So I normally take half of one of these bars and I just sprinkle it around my porridge, and then I also go in with a teaspoon of peanut butter. This breakfast is such a staple in my diet. I love it so much. I just love the variation of textures and flavors that we have going on. It's just so delicious and also fuels me well for a workout. I'm much more of a workout in the morning kind of a gal. I used to prefer working out in the evening, but the last year or two I find the later in the day it gets, the less likely I am to do a workout. So we've been smashing them morning workouts and I've been loving it. So I have my gym gear on, so we're ready to leave now in a minute. But as I was saying, I was so tired when I woke up this morning. And I don't know why, because my sleep score from last night is 83 and I got 7 hours and 11 minutes of sleep. So I got a really good night's sleep, but I'm so tired. And I don't know if it's because the previous night I only got 6 hours, so maybe I'm just running on a little bit of lack of sleep. But today's video is in collaboration with Fitbit. Let's have a look at my readiness score since we're about to leave to do a workout. Oh my god, it's actually lower than I thought it was going to be. So my readiness score today is 42. So I have good readiness, so it says you've been more active lately and your readiness score is good. Plan for some moderate exercise but don't overdo it. Since my readiness score is only 42, I'm just going to do like a 30-40 minute workout with weights, nothing too extreme, not going to overdo it, just to get them endorphins pumping and get the feel-good hormones going for our little brain, our little nugget. I'd have to say the readiness score along with all the sleep data are my top 2 favorite features on the Fitbit. I just find this readiness score so beneficial. Like the likes of today, if I didn't have my Fitbit, I could go and try and do like a really hard workout because I haven't done a workout in 3 days now, but I have been very active, like doing a lot of walking, moving a lot. I've just been really busy, so I've been very on the go, and I've had a few nights where I've not hit my 7-8 hours sleep, so that obviously affects your readiness score as well. It's just insane for reminding you when you need to slow down, and then also giving you that push on the days you're like, can't be arsed, but your readiness score is 100 and it's like, you know, we need to get our body moving today. And it really does give you that feeling of, okay, I can do it, my body's ready, I can manage a 40 minute, an hour, do you know what I mean? It's not gonna kill me. Jeremy does write out my workouts for me because he's obviously a qualified personal trainer, so this is what we are working with today. Right, I'm just done. So, God, my heart rate's at 108. So yeah, I did a 38-minute workout. So I'm just gonna end it there. Hey! Right, so we're back home now, so it's time to make lunch, and I'm so excited. I'm absolutely ravenous, but I feel so much better after doing that workout. I'm so happy to be back in a routine again, and it's all thanks to my little Versa 4 on my wrist here. Honestly, my Fitbit feels like having a best friend on my wrist, constantly like spurring me in the right direction, and I just love it so much. But for lunch, what we're gonna have is, I personally see lunch as like a second breakfast because breakfast foods are my favorite kind of foods. Like if I could eat breakfast foods all day, every day, I genuinely would. So what I've been loving lately is French toast. Oh my God, I am so obsessed. I started getting it, you know, whenever I'd be in a cafe, etc. And then one day I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and make this myself. I make a pretty good damn French toast if I do say so myself. So I'm gonna show you guys how I make that. Right, so these are all our ingredients. So eggs, oat milk, salt, butter, vanilla essence, maple syrup and fruit for our toppings, and also we need a little sprinkle of sugar, which is still in the press. So let's get cracking. Normally when I'm making French toast, it's for me and Diarmuid, so that's the recipe, you know, servings I normally go with, but this is just for me. So I'm gonna have to kind of like half the ingredients of what I would normally use. I'd normally use 2 large eggs, but these are freaking tiny. So I'm still gonna use 2 because they're very small. I normally go in with half a cup of oat milk when it's for the both of us, but because it's just for me, I'm just gonna go in with a quarter of milk, a quarter cup of milk. And then we blend that all together. I'm just gonna prep the pan, so I just get a bit of butter and put that on the pan and let it melt. Then you wanna go in with a teaspoon of vanilla essence. This is a very vital ingredient. The first time I made French toast, it was like on a whim one night. It was like 12 AM one night and we were starving and we had nothing in the house. And I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try and make French toast. But we only had some of the ingredients and it tasted so much better when we got the vanilla extract. So you just want to take like a little pinch of salt. Then you just want to take a little pinch of sugar as well. When you're making French toast, you want to use either sourdough or brioche bread. So I have sourdough, so that's our mixture done now. All you have to do is dip your bread into the mixture and make sure you get like every bit of the bread. And then you just take it and you pop it on your pan. This is so much easier than I ever thought it was. I always thought French toast was so hard to make, and it just shows like. So I'm gonna have 2 slices, so just let the egg bit drip off and then pop it on. So then you just want to do each side for 2 to 3 minutes. So straightforward and so delicious. I put this on my Instagram recently and I had quite a few messages from you guys being like, please show me how you made this. So this one's for you. Honestly, I've turned into a right little housewife, me. Whoever thought, eh? Right, we need to prep our fruit now. So I'm going to be having some raspberries and strawberries. Delicious. So for our toppings, I just go in with maple syrup and then some fruit. This is from Aldi, it's so good. So I'm just very generous with my syrup because I love it. I honestly cannot express how good this is. It is so tasty. Diarmuid had never had French toast, and when I made this for him, he became obsessed. Like, he's literally obsessed now. Anytime I mention French toast, his eyes light up. You're also able to track your food in the Fitbit app, but it's not something that I do on a daily basis. I'll do it like once a week just to make sure I'm hitting the right amount of carbs, fats, proteins, etc. Just because I'm not interested in tracking my calories or any of that jazz. They also have a bunch of recipes over on the app. I just love how everything is in one place. I love it. It's time to make dinner. So on the menu tonight is chicken curry. Honestly, one of my favorite dinners. I freaking love a curry. I'm just gonna pop on the chips first. We have these straight cut ones. Honestly, my personal preference of a chip is the crinkle cut ones. I love them. I just feel like they go so much crispier. And I love a crispy chip. Ooh, a little tray. While we let the chips get a little bit of a head start, I want to have a little chat with you guys about my Fitbit. So as you guys know, I got this 4 months ago, and when I got this, I made a video saying it's time to make changes, and I gave you guys a breakdown of where I had been for the previous 3 months versus where I wanted to go over the next 4 months. And honestly, since having this, I have seriously improved in every area I spoke about in that video. So for example, my sleep. When I got this, I was sleeping about 4 or 5 hours a night. Like, that's absolute insanity. Nobody can function on that level of sleep, and I definitely wasn't. But having my Fitbit made me start taking my sleeping habit seriously, and I now get an average of about 7 hours, I would say, sometimes 8, but I'd say my average would be 7, which has made such a difference to how I feel the next day, my energy, my fatigue, all of the above. I'd say my average step count when I got this would have been about 4,000 or 5,000. Yeah, it was, because when I first started using this, I couldn't believe how low my steps actually were. Whereas now I'd say they're averaging about 8,000 steps, and in the new year, I really want to make it a goal to start hitting 10,000, even if it's 4 or 5 times a week. I do really want to set that little challenge for myself. We're taking baby steps here, you know, we're not doing any frog leaps. Then as I spoke about earlier, I'm finally back in a routine with my fitness, with my weightlifting and my horse riding. I've actually not gone the last 2 weeks to horse riding, but that is down to how cold it's been. Like, it has been freezing, and I just could not cope with the thought of getting up on a horse in this freaking weather. Because I've got Raynaud's, so I have really bad circulation in my hands or feet, so I kind of need to stay out of the cold as much as I can. In regards to my mindfulness practices, that has seriously improved as well. I now do a mindfulness practice nearly every single day without fail, whereas when I got this, I was literally doing now, absolutely now. And as you guys knew, the prior year I had been doing it daily because I was in therapy and it was part of my program. And honestly, once I stopped therapy, it just was so difficult to keep that habit up because it just wasn't accessible. And then in regards to my food, I had gotten into a really bad habit of just going for the quickest meals, and a lot of them would be processed, whereas now I'm actually going for fresh, balanced, healthier options, and it again has made such a difference to my energy levels, my mental health, how I just feel on a day-to-day basis. And as you guys see today, having fresh, healthy, balanced meals doesn't mean you're lacking on how delicious the meals are. Like, we have to fuel our bodies. Our bodies are a machine at the end of the day, and if we're not putting the right fuel in it, it's not going to function the way it should be functioning. I'm so determined to keep all these habits going into the new year, and I feel like that's another point to make, is like, we don't need to wait until the new year to make changes, you know? I did this halfway through the year and it has benefited me so much, and I cannot recommend a Fitbit enough, whether it be for a present or if you've been thinking about getting one yourself. In a world that is filled with so many distractions, having them reminders and being able to see that data in black and white, and the ease of having everything in the one place, makes you making these changes so much more manageable. Right, we really need to get this show on the goddamn road. I want to introduce you all to my best friend. Meet Fred the air fryer. He is my bestie. Me and him get along like a house on fire, and he makes my life so much easier. Oh my god, if you don't have an air fryer, which you probably do because everyone and the mother has one these days, but if you don't, you need one. I absolutely love putting the chicken in the air fryer because it goes really crispy, like a crispiness that you just can't get on the pan, and we love crispy everything in this house. But I really want to get like a 2-sided air fryer because I like putting the chips in here too, because they don't go that crispy in the oven, but they go so crispy in the air fryer. But you have to choose your victim, and today my victim is the chicken. Right, listen, we don't judge each other on this channel, so you're not allowed to judge me, okay? You hear me? We don't put any veg in our curry. We like a very plain curry, and I don't want to hear anything about it. I don't want to hear anything about it. When I'm putting chicken in the air fryer, I'll go in with a little bit of fry light and just spray it. If you're a big fan of curry like me, you need to try this sauce. So this is the McDonald's, the original curry sauce. I don't know if they only sell this in Ireland or if you can get this in other countries, but this is top tier. I'm not a fan of like a mild curry sauce. I like a curry sauce with a little bit of a kick to it, but not too much of a kick to it where your mouth is on fire and you can't enjoy your meal. And this just has the perfect amount of, oh, Do you know when you take a bite and you're like, oh, but it's just the perfect amount. Like, it's not too much, but it's not too mild at the same time. And we always make double the serving. So this says 3 tablespoons and 250 mils of water. I do 500 ml water and 6 tablespoons. Honestly, who is having a dribble of curry sauce? Like, I need my whole plate drenched in curry. The rice, the chicken, the chips, all of it. So as I said, I'm just gonna go in with like 6 tablespoons of the sauce. Oh, it smells so good. I can't wait. These are the packs of rice we used because they're just so convenient. Like, you literally just cut open the top of it and pop it in the microwave for 2 minutes. So handy, like if you're busy, on the go, if you're in a rush and don't have much time to make dinner kind of a thing. One thing I keep meaning to get and keep forgetting is, like, do you know a little pourer? So like for the likes of the curry sauce, a little jug that you can pour your curry sauce in, so then you can pour it over your food. Keep forgetting to get one. So still pouring it out of pan and it's a nightmare. Do you want me to put sauce all over your rice?
Yeah.
Yeah. And dinner is served. I can't wait. I'm so excited. Right, it's been a couple of hours since I had my dinner, so I'm gonna make myself a little protein shake. I try and have one of these most days, but especially on days where I work out, because I can struggle to hit my recommended amount of protein in a day, so this just really helps. So I just go in with some oat milk, a scoop of protein powder, a banana, and some of my Yappy Polycomplete support supplement. I've been taking this for a good few months now, and I genuinely feel like it has helped my PCOS symptoms a lot. I've just realised that I've had an awful amount of oat milk today. I don't normally drink this much milk in a day. I want half.
Half of this?
Yeah.
You would eat that.
I will.
Are you sure?
Yeah. Alright, just handle it.
Right, how do you use this bit?
Manhandle. You're not putting strawberries in it. That's absolutely grand.
Why?
Why would you do that? Chocolate around the rings of your mouth.
Why did you just tell me that, you asshole?
I'm also going to have some of this HP oat milk chocolate, lads. I can't. This is the best thing that's ever happened to me. They sent me some of these a few days ago, and I cannot tell you how nice this chocolate is. It's the nicest substituted chocolate for dairy that I've ever had. See, soya doesn't agree with me, so the fact that there's now oat milk chocolate is just, oh my god, I just can't get over it. The salted caramel one is my favourite. If I'm being honest, I'm probably going to demolish this whole thing, because that is what I do. Once I get snacking, there is no stopping me. They're stocking this in Tesco, so honestly, if you're like me and you can't have dairy, go and get this, because it tastes just like dairy chocolate, and I am so picky with my chocolate. Like, I cannot express to you how picky I am. I'm off to be a little snuggle bug, so I'm going to wrap up the video here, but I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I love you all so very much, and I cannot wait to see you all in my next one.